Now, in the StockX mentorship program, I understand that trading a small account can be very challenging. Whether it's a small account that you are starting off in your trading journey from day one, or if it's an account that you had destroyed and now are trading at a smaller amount. Because in my program, I've encountered both scenarios from traders outside that are seeking guidance and assistance after experiencing multiple losses, and traders that are looking to start fresh and are new to the game here. Now, trading a small account can be very frustrating because you don't know which trade to take, B, you sometimes are forced to see a lot of FOMO and you see a lot of excessive trading, and C, you don't really know when the best entry target and best profit idea is. Having a game plan is very important. So today's focus, we're going to be talking about small accounts, the strategies that we employ, and the discussion about what type of trades you should be taking as a small account. We'll go over the strategy as well and kind of highlight how to increase your chances of success trading a small account. So let's go straight into it. Okay, so first and foremost that I first want to go over is trading a small account. You must be in a program where you have the ability knowing what type of market you're dealing with. So like always, I'm going to be talking about my gamma report. So in my gamma report, we had mentioned and confirmed that the market probability range is between 5630 and 5670. Okay, that's where we see the estimated range today. And if you look exactly here, you see that 5670 was the top and 5614 was pretty much the bottom here. And predominantly, this is where the range was over here. So as a small account, just like yesterday, how we called out the perfect gamma report, this is also another perfect example as well. Okay, we mentioned that once SPX gaps through this 5670, that's when you have a possibility of seeing new all-time highs. But unfortunately, the market was not able to gap through that. Our neutral range, which is pretty much no man's land, is between 5630 and 5640. You can kind of see it's kind of choppy around there. I said market is bullish if it can get through 6660 and hold. And I mentioned there's going to be a lot of rug pull, and under 6440, that's where you can possibly see 5610 and 5630. Okay, so that entered in our bearish range, and you can see right over here 5614 was the exact bottom of the day. Not only that, is that my daily SPX level. So level 1 bullish, we gave at 5678. That's all the way up here, did not touch because we stopped at all-time highs. Level 1 bearish was at 5630. Okay, so we broke through that right at this point. We hit this level 2 bearish, which confirms the trend right over there. And you can pretty much see it's been trading in this chop range. But if you understand how these levels mean, each level has a meaning. This is a gatekeeper to the downside. This here confirms a trend. So seeing that SPX hit this 5620, you want to look for a rebound and look for a put opportunity. That's what my model means, because when you hit level 2 bearish or level 2 bullish, it confirms a trend. If we had hit level 2 bullish, for example, then we know that the focus is going to be on the upside, and you want to locate for that entry here. Okay, now this information is vital for small accounts, because in my coaching program I teach my members exactly what these numbers mean and how to work them and how to trade them. Okay, besides all that, let's talk about the trades we call for the small accounts. Okay, so I have a channel dedicated to small accounts. Now my personal belief is that for small accounts, it is important that consistency is there. I always recommend that my small account traders take profits between 40 to 50% and avoid stop losses. Stop losses do not work. I've seen many traders simply always stop loss at 20 to 30%, and they're over trading multiple trades. They're consistently killing their account. So in order for you to be successful, you can take $100 or $200 trade out of a 5K account, set a budget in terms of how much risk you're allocating for the entire week. Now, if you're trading a 5K account, for example, you do not want to put 5K at risk throughout the entire week. you can say, okay, I'm trading max $1,000 and I'm looking for those $1,000 trades. If you're only budgeting and allocating $1,000 for the week, you have 10 trades that you can take over $100, and you basically try to flip that 100 to either 50 or more. Okay, so it's very important. So for today, we started off at the open. We said buy SPX calls. Okay, these SPX calls, we decided to take this play right off the bat here near the open. Okay, so the reason why we decided to take that is because, as you guys can see right over here, you know, in hindsight, so this is where the market opened. Okay, so in the market, it opened at 9:30, right? In my gamma report, I kind of talked about that the market would be bullish. Okay, so we are setting up our bullish entry here. We're looking over here. We said that there's going to be a little bit of pullback. We waited for that that EMA to hit. Once that EMA hit, that's when we priced in the calls can work at 35 cents. Okay, this actually was a double for the team here. Okay, more than a double. And I actually took SPX instead of playing SPY because I take SPX, right? So we basically took 56.80 call at 2.25, and they netted us over 113% here. Okay, they went a little bit higher. They went to $5, but I said, okay, this high day on the premiums was around 5. Wait for that particular entry. Once it failed, we definitely made a banger here, and we sold that. Okay, so that was the first trade. Every time I see a good opportunity for calls, I always for SPX calls, I always want to make sure I give a SPY play. So that's the first play. And you do also want to know here is that I'm not giving any Microsoft play. I'm not giving any other trade here. The focus for small accounts is simply intraday trades. Okay, the reason for that is because you want to make sure your capital is used efficiently as possible. If you are not using your capital efficiently as possible, it's going to be tied up in these trades. And we have people that, there's always people that are pretty much hoping that it comes back, and you're consistently asking the question, hey, are you holding this trade? Okay, my trading style is because I have a larger account. I can afford to hold my trades for a longer period of time. Once you grow your small account to a larger account, then you can start to hold trades. And when you start swinging, that's a whole different strategy. Today's focus is small accounts. So with that in mind, this SPY 567 call, which we also called in the free channel in our Discord, okay, you can see here that they basically ran up and they gave more than a double just right off that trade here. Okay, second trade, we gave QQQ 478 calls at 0.3. Okay, so we said target 50 cents or more. This QQQ call also was a nice double for the team here. So one thing I mentioned here, I said QQQ 478 calls at 0.3 can work if you want in. Target is 1 or 50 cent if you need profits. Okay, so I mentioned 50% is where you want to take profits. And if you see over here, this was a pre-announced play. Okay, so you can see that it was at 64 cents. I said QQQ 478 call at 30 cents can work. So I'm calling this out at 10:42 a.m. Now, if we go back on the this is comparing it at SPY. So you can see that in 10 minutes, they would have filled. Okay, and this would have filled at around 10:59 a.m. Let's see where SPX is, because you see SPX pop and then it drops, right? So SPX rips, boom, 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 and then down. Here it is. Perfect. At around this point, 11 o'clock, I mentioned that this would have filled, because you see right over here, 60 cents to 30 cents. It actually had a low of the day. So this is a low of the day, was at 0.28, and 0.034 was the low of the day over here. Okay, so 100% you would have got a fill on this, and a lot of people did. And instantaneously, this ran to 50 cents. So you got that entry at 30 cents, and you banked 30 cents on it, which is a 60 to 70% rate of return in a matter of seconds. So that was at 11:05. In 5 minutes, you get that. And that's how small accounts bank, is I give the details behind that. And that helps not only new account traders, but ones grow as well. So you get that profit ASAP, and I called that on the room here, okay? The next trade that we called out for small accounts, you see that boom, boom, boom. At around 12.49, we gave this QQQ 470 put, okay? So why do we call that at 12.49, which is around over here? Okay, so just around over here, we call that QQQ play. So let's see what happened to SPX during that time, okay? So just right over here, we see that market looks weak, okay? We want to wait for a little bit of a pop here. So we see that SPX hits my level 1 bearish. It was around this point here where I gave this trade at 12.49. And these actually went to 70 cents. Okay, so I gave it around here, and that's when it started to really break down. The trade I had taken for that is I called SPX puts. Okay, so I got the 5600 puts at 2.85, right, at 12.47, and in literally 3 minutes we got another 114% right off the bat here. Okay, so those QQQ puts gave more than 100% right off the bat. Now, the next play that we took here on SPX was that we gave the 5610 put at 216. Okay, so this trade took a little bit of time to play out. Okay, and the reason for that is because we knew that once it hit my level 2 bearish here, the trend is confirmed. What does level 2 bearish mean? Let's go to our definitions in our Discord. So STX model right over here, we say that all the time, that level 2 confirms the trend. It serves as an ultimate confirmation that the market is trending. You can always take calls here as a quick flip if you want to, right? But you have to know, if you do take a reversal play on this, you have to trade it fast no matter what. That's how my model works. But we wanted to set up an entry on puts instead of playing the calls. We want to go with the trend, not against it, find those easy plays. So once we seen SPX pop a little bit, we decided to get into those puts, as you guys can see right over here at 216. Okay, so 216, we got into those puts and we banked nicely over here. So we go back into the channel here and we sold those at 249. Okay, so that was over 213%. Okay, now one thing I want to talk about is that we got it at 216, right, which is right over here, right? So right around there, the market was kind of stalling in range here. As you guys can see, it's pretty much chilling here. It bounced up a little bit. We waited for a little bit of a pop, and we wanted these 5610s at the low of the day price. Why did we pick the 5610s? The reason why we picked the 5610s is because that's where the low of the day was. So we know that strike was in range. So we waited for the pop, and when the pop happened, we got it near the low of the day price. And pretty much that low of the day price was a perfect entry, and that's how we managed to do that. Okay, now one thing about my my day is that I actually had an Nvidia 124 swing that opened up at 70% profit. I didn't take it. Members that wanted to take it, you know, definitely had the opportunity to, but I'm swinging because I make my money through intraday trading, and I use partial profits to swing my plays. Okay, the plays that I see opportunities at. This Nvidia was up 70%, and some people that actually wanted to take the profits did. I wanted to hold it because I wanted to maximize my profits for all of that stuff here. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at moving forward. Now, the next thing here that I also took is I kind of rushed the trade on Microsoft. So this was not a small account play, okay? Small account plays only take the bulb trades, and that's what matters, okay? I took the Microsoft plays because me as a trader, I know that the market's going to see a lot of volatility. Microsoft actually had a lot of great news with their buyback and so forth. So market's always going to be acting nutty. I know in my model where the market can be and so forth, okay? The final thing I want to talk about is my prediction moving forward, okay? So my prediction states that I believe that SPX will most likely open green. Okay, so what I mean by that is that I think SPX will probably retest the all-time highs. You can see over here that SPX stopped literally at my neutral top range here. Okay, so I think it can open at 56.50, 56.60 into tomorrow's open, and then we can start to see a move. So my model says that, you know, during the day we confirm the downside trend, but we can open stronger moving forward. Okay, Nvidia looked very strong overall, and pretty much we're still holding this. SMCI, we haven't heard any news on yet about the 10K filing, but it wasn't so weak, so it's still trading in our chop range, as you guys can see right over there. And Nvidia has been pretty much trading and holding our level 1 bearish share. Microsoft right over here, what happened is that it got stuck in my bullish turbulence zone. So upside trend has been confirmed. I told the team that don't stress, don't stop. And you know, it went below level 2 bullish and then started to bounce right exactly at my level 1 bullish at 432. Okay, which was below the pre-market low. And you start to see a little bit of upside right here. Okay, so overall, tomorrow is the FOMC interest rate announcement, and the FOMC interest rate announcement, they expect there's going to be 25 basis point cut, but it could be 50 basis point cut. You just want to remember that traditional, you know, traders are thinking that a rate cut is bearish, but in fact, we're in a different market where we're not seeing a crash in the overall banking sector, and it's hard to be bearish at that time. You might see a pullback. You might see different reversals happen here or there, but I firmly believe a market rate cut won't be the end of the SPX trying to retest all-time highs. We're in a different situation. We have basically techs showing strong earnings, corporate companies showing great earnings, Walmart showing strong earnings. All these companies are very strong in nature, and there's only a few lenders and a few different high-risk debt providers that are having issues in this type of economy. So that's important to remember. If the market gets a 50 basis point cut, that's something that's going to be definitely different, and we'll be ready for that. But overall, I can tell you for now, I believe the market opens in the green into today, and we should definitely see a lot of volatility as well. So thanks guys for tuning in. I hope this video helps you understand how my style of small account trading works. It has definitely helped a lot of people, and if you guys want to take a chance, you know, test it out. Our mentorship program, it includes coaching where you can have one-on-one conversation with me, and includes courses. So there's a lot of educational content that is available, and we do these videos daily to show you proof of concept there. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one, and like always, let's get that money.